He had always believed loyalty was something you felt before you spoke, something that lived in the small moments. Her smile when he entered the room, the way she used to rest her head on his shoulder without saying a word. But tonight, as he sat alone in the dimly lit apartment, he was forced to admit that the signs had been there long before the truth came crashing down. From the outside, people would say he looked calm, but inside, he replayed every detail of the last few weeks, like a film stuck on loop. He noticed how her phone never left her hand anymore, how her laughter sounded slightly different, like it was meant for someone else. He remembered how she would turn away when she typed, how her late-night office calls slowly became normal, and how he convinced himself that trust meant ignoring doubts. He wasn't dramatic. He wasn't controlling. He was simply a man who loved too quietly. When he finally saw the truth, it wasn't because he went looking for it. It was because it placed itself right in front of him. A message notification flashed on her screen while she was in the shower, nothing more than a name he didn't recognize, followed by a sentence that broke him without asking for permission. "Last night was perfect. I can still feel you." In that moment, the world didn't explode, it simply fell silent. The kind of silence that makes a man question his worth, his choices, his ability to understand the person he loved. He didn't storm into the bathroom, he didn't shout, he didn't even cry. Instead, he sat down on the edge of the bed and tried to swallow the pain sitting heavy in his chest. He thought of every time he supported her dreams, every time he held her through her fears, every time he assured her that he wasn't going anywhere. Ironically, she was the one who left first, emotionally, secretly, piece by piece, until all that remained beside him was a body he could touch, but a heart he no longer recognized. When she stepped out and saw his expression, she knew. She didn't ask what happened. She didn't deny. She simply lowered her eyes the way guilty people do when their lies finally collapse. And in that stillness, he understood something he never wanted to learn. A man can give everything and still not be enough for someone who wants something else. He didn't beg. He didn't plead. He didn't ask why. He simply stood up, walked past her, and for the first time in months he felt the weight lifting off his shoulders, not because the pain was gone, but because he finally stopped carrying a love that wasn't his anymore. People think heartbreak is loud, but for him, it was quiet, slow, and strangely peaceful. He wasn't angry at her. He was disappointed in himself for noticing the truth too late. And as he stepped outside into the cool night air, he realized that sometimes losing someone is the only way to find yourself again.